Let's start with our security challenges. So Andrew, why is security in today's data center a challenge for our customers?
Well, everyone seems to think that everything is critical in their environment, and many times that's the case. However, this can create a challenge when you try to prioritize resources, and it can also be confusing to business stakeholders as they don't know exactly how everything fits together. They don't know maybe what other critical systems, their most critical systems, depend on.
And complexity. Modern data centers are complex beyond imaginations. Take any of the major IT challenges today that CIOs say they face, big data, etc., and it all speaks to the size, scope, and complexity that they face today and have an uncertainty path to solve in the future.
They're also very distributed. Customers face challenges with the span of their data center. It's located on premise, it's cloud, it's extranet, as well as they've got to deal with local and global regulations, often meaning they need to partition that network. That can tend to lead to a spend with a reckless abandonment, a kind of approach. They'll buy a lot of tools to solve problems that maybe could have just been solved by people, process, and technology they might already have.
And misconceptions. Unfortunately, a lot of time and energy is spent on solutions that may not address the core concern the business wants to solve, and can leave you vulnerable where you thought a threat had been mitigated. Andrew, what are some misconceptions you have heard recent from our customers?
Well, some of these are pretty common, such as we're secure because we have an antivirus client on all of our desktops and servers. Or we're going to focus on perimeter security because that's where we believe most of the threats come. Or I have a firewall, so I'm secure. But all of those, for example, they ignore the fact that identity has really become the new perimeter. So what are the consequences, Frank, of these challenges to a business?
Attackers are usually after organizations' data to make money, so we have also seen destructive attacks. They will go after any device or server or service to get it. Attackers will research you and exploit any opening, inconsistency, or weakness. Slow patching process, weak configurations of physical attacks, old weak passwords, etc. So what happens after the initial reconnaissance period, Andrew?
So in the attacks we've seen, once the attackers get a beachhead on one of your network's hosts, usually via a phishing attack or other sort of malware as a result of that system's internet connectivity, they will seek and they will find your domain administrator credentials to steal usually within 24 to 48 hours, sometimes even faster. And what this does is this gives them access and the ability to steal almost any information on any computer in your enterprise. Unfortunately,
most of these attacks go undetected for any average of 140 days, leaving organizations vulnerable to ongoing loss and damage. While this is an improvement over 2014, where it was an average of 250 days, brought on by industry trends such as machine learning, it's still a long time for an advertiser to looking in your environment. Almost 5 months undiscovered as an admin in your environment. However, once they are discovered, investigations and cleaning from these attacks typically very complex and technically challenging, and require a lot of expertise, which involves people, process, tools, and to do so. Most difficulties we see in such cases is around changing people and process. By the way, this slide represents what we have learned during our incident response engagement, as well as from industry sources, such as data from various and data breach reports.